Three, two, one. Hello and welcome to the Mirror Gaming Walkthrough, the weekly gaming news show. It's been a quiet week in the world of gaming. No, it hasn't. We'll be talking about GTA 6. The trailer was released this week. That'll be our only topic for today because our other big thing today is that Warzone, the new Warzone, a Modern Warfare 3 version of Warzone, is releasing today at 5 p.m. Myself and Matt will be streaming that at 5 p.m. So this Mirror Game walkthrough will only be half an hour, but we've got plenty to discuss with the GTA 6 trailer. We'll be reacting to that in a minute, but just after the trailer. Are you prepared to go public with your KD online or
no?
Everyone thinks he or she is the best football expert on the planet.
You see it in the back page of the Mirror, you know, deal agreed.
I think the most important thing is just to have fun.
What? 310?
No, what button is it?
Well, hello.
We're ready to come for the W, yeah?
Ooh, 12.
Ooh, here we go. If you can master Second Man Press, you will defend 10 times better.
Today I'm going to be reviewing the PSVR 2 headset.
Hello and welcome back to the Mirror Gaming Walkthrough, the weekly gaming news show. I'm delighted to be joined today by my esteemed colleague Matt. Matt, how you doing, mate? You all right?
I'm good. This is like the old days.
It is
Yeah.
very much so. Yeah. You'll have the Nathan and Matt duo for the next few hours actually, because as I said before the trailer, we're going to do half an hour of the walkthrough talking about GTA 6, the trailer. Myself and Matt giving our reactions to it. Following that, we're going live at quarter to 5 today on the new Warzone. We'll be streaming the new Warzone. Urzikstan will be dropping in at 5. The world's first drop into Urzikstan. Be there or be square. Get subscribed if you want to see that. But we're in the Mirror Game walkthrough now. Should we talk about the big news this week, which is the GTA 6 trailer? It didn't follow the normal procedure. It got leaked initially on social media by an account that we're not going to mention here, obviously. Very quickly, that account was taken down, and then Rockstar took it into its own hands and said, "You know what? The trailer's live on YouTube. Go and watch our version here." And we did, didn't we? So
Many
Rockstar, yeah. GTA 6 confirmed some previous rumors about the game, such as the title's location being set in Vice City. Come on. The Miami-based location from 2002's GTA Vice City. It also confirms the game will feature 2 protagonists, the first female protagonist in the series since the original GTA, Lucia, who is heavily featured in the trailer. She's joined by an unnamed man who rumors have previously referred to as Jason. Just before we go into the trailer, because we're all going to show it and react to it, this is just a huge moment in gaming, but not just in gaming, culturally. Any new GTA game is a huge moment culturally. The last game was released in 2013, 10 years ago. What feelings were you feeling when you watched that trailer for the first time? I'm eager to know from your point of view.
My first GTA experience, I think, was with Vice City. That was the first one I played. So, I mean, I've played GTA 5, but I've never been like a huge into GTA sort of like thing. I say that though, when I did download eventually after it had been out for like years, GTA 5. When I did download it, I found myself awake at 5 a.m. still playing it, and my wife would come into the living room and be like, "What are you doing?" So I'm excited and scared. Like I'm scared of it. It is a mammoth. It's going to be a mammoth game. Like it's so good, and it's going to be so consuming. Because even somebody that doesn't consider themselves a hardcore GTA fan can still be playing it still at 5 a.m. Yeah. And so I think when the trailer dropped, I watched the trailer. I think the bit when I got excited was when I saw the social media stuff. And I know that sounds weird, but I think it's because it showed how much they're trying to make it like real life. Like they're trying to make it a real world. And that was like, oh, cool. They're integrating like social media is going to play a part of it, a part in it, and whatnot. So there was lots to be excited about in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know what you thought, because you're probably a bigger GTA fan than I am.
Yeah, I mean, like you, I think Vice City is my favorite of all the GTA games. So the fact that they're going back to the Miami location is a huge thing for me. It was only 90 seconds, the trailer, only a minute and a half, but I thought it was just one of the best trailers I've ever seen. Rockstar just know what they're doing, you know. They just
Rockstar are like Nintendo in a way that they just do their thing in their own time, and it's ready when it's ready, and they don't worry about whatever else is going on in the world.
They're one of the few companies where the hype generated is huge, but then the game matches the hype. They're only one of, like, Nintendo, for example, with the Zelda sim. They just never miss. They just never miss. We've got some comments before we watch the trailer and just go through the bits. Rocking Games Kid, that Petty song is a banger. Enough said. Oh, mate, when I was listening to that song, just so. And then JD, hi JD, thanks so much for watching. Says, if GTA doesn't rip our culture to shreds with hilarity, then it would be really disappointing. A new GTA game reminds the industry how to entertain and enthrall gamers, a gradually lost art. Yeah, I think GTA games, they just transcend gaming. They're so big, such cultural events. And this game, the fact that it's launching on next-gen consoles, with no mention of PC, by the way. The fact it's launching on next-gen consoles so near the end of their life cycle, because we think we're going to get a new one, maybe 26, 27, new Xbox, new PlayStation. These consoles will be mature. They'll be able to harness the full power of them. And if you compare the Vice City we got back in the day to this one, the graphics are just, it's a different. Seeing Vice City in
full HD.
Looks like blocks.
Like 4K.
Looks like blocks, the old one compared to this one. But, let's have a look at it, because I just any excuse to put it on, really. We're not going to turn the sound on, obviously, because it's a real song, and we don't want to be copyright striked, so we will not be putting the audio on, but here it is. So we'll just mute it anyway. So this is the trailer. I mean,
I like that there
look at that.
Seems to be some semblance of like a well-written story as well.
So I'm going to do this a lot, so I'm sorry if this is annoying to some people. But this pan is one of the best pans in a trailer or any movie. I don't want to go mad about pans. And Will, if you watch, I know you're Will's our video editor. I know that you'll probably be like talking like you don't know anything about video pans. What are you on about? But to me, that is just so to show off the world.
Yeah, like in just
incredible.
One shot is just
and then it goes into obviously the beach, man.
That scene, the beach scene, for me is like. It's so like it makes me excited for the graphics in the game.
Oh yeah, 100%. Look at that shot
it's
as well.
Just mad. That could be a photograph. Like that could be a photograph.
I'm going to let it play out, but there's a guy called Chris Tapsell, Eurogamer. He wrote a brilliant feature piece on GTA and Rockstar actually, and what he was talking about was that Rockstar have tried for decades to make a game that is bigger than a movie, and to make it its own, almost like a movie incorporated in a game. And I don't think any game has ever done that before. And they've got really close with. I mean, if you look at like some of the storylines in the older GTA games, if you look at GTA 5, the way they tried to basically have the three protagonists. Basically is like one person almost, and she showed the good bits and bad bits in everyone, and they've never quite nailed it. And this, if you think about like, again, we're going to talk about the music as well, but like the way that they tease this relationship between Lucia and the unnamed man, this like Bonnie and Clyde situation, the potential is there for this game to finally be the game. This is what Chris was saying in his feature, to be the game that becomes a movie, bigger than a movie. You know, it's going to be a movie game, if you like.
Yeah,
And
it's going to really feel like you are playing a character in a film. Like
this trailer does feel like a movie trailer to me. You know,
I kind of can see where you're coming from, but to me, like that clip there where the police break in.
Yeah.
Is that
the body cam?
Is that hinting at a first person?
This one,
like first person missions?
I don't know. You've got the body cam,
because it's first person. Like,
there.
Are we going to get first person missions or parts
Potentially.
of?
I don't know.
Because that would be sick to like incorporate that into the game.
Yeah.
But like, there's some shots that are just wild in terms of what they look like and how you can imagine. I think with games like this, the graphics being so good really helps the immersion, and it's like that movie feeling that you're talking about. If you feel like you're playing a person and it all feels real and the graphics are like supporting that, then the graphics are playing a part in that experience rather than just trying to make a game that looks really good.
Yeah. This trailer that I'm playing now is in 720p because we don't want to make our stream like unwatchable. Even that, look at the way the camera's out of focus with the light. Look at the way the light's bouncing off. It's just, this scene could be in a movie. Like, it's so movie-like, the way that
the shots. I can see what you're saying. Like, the shots are very movie-like, but I feel like the trailer as a whole package is just showing off what to be excited about more than anything.
Oh yeah,
because there's no story to the trailer. It's apart from the tiny bits that are intertwined with Lucia and this guy, and like her coming out of prison and the ankle monitor on her. The poster, on the coming soon poster. Yeah. Like, all of those bits really hint towards like a well-developed story. And hopefully the story is weaved into the game in a way that feels natural, but also sort of like you say, the story part of the game, you just want it to you want to feel like you're playing a character in a film. Yeah. And I think that's always been part of the lure of GTA, 100%. Especially after the 2D stage.
Absolutely. I've got some comments. Rocking Games said this will come out during the end of the PS5 Xbox Series X's life cycle, and it's going to look incredible. Yeah, that's my point. That, like, where the games are going to come out at a time when the publishers and developers can fully utilize the technology. That is so exciting for me. Rocking Games could also say GTA games are already bigger than movies, budget and profit wise. I agree, but if you look at it from like a purist perspective, from like Rockstar Games' perspective, have they ever really hit that, like, oh my god, this game is so good it could be a movie? I don't think any game has ever quite nailed it. They've been close with previous GTA games. I feel like GTA 5 wasn't that close. The story sort of moved away a little bit from that. And I think it got lost a little bit. Vice City, I think, is the closest I've ever to experience like a movie almost. But this game could be like not only a huge commercial success, because we know it's going to be, right? And we'll talk about the fact that Rockstar are going to double dip with the Xbox and PC release, you know, which is going to happen. But this game has the potential to dominate for a generation, just like GTA 5 has. It maybe even longer, you know, the way that video game development is going. So yeah, any other things that stand out to you, Matt, about the trailer that you wanted to talk about? Because there's just so much within a 90-second trailer.
I know.
It's incredible.
I mean, there's you've got loads of things in there about things making returns and
yes,
the cheater being in there, like the car. It looks
Yeah.
more like it did in Vice City, where it took a bit more of a turn. I think it looked like in later GTAs it looked like more like a Ferrari Enzo, and now it's gone back
Yeah.
with that grille on the back. Looks really good. There's all the beers that are coming back, like they're all coming back, and there's what I love is there's
Pisswasser?
like non-alcoholic versions of it. Pisswasser 9.
Yeah,
And,
that's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah.
It's just I like JD said, like I want to see so much sort of, I want to see so many comments on our society in a funny way.
100%.
Like when it comes out, and I feel like the trailer is sort of setting us up for that in certain elements. So, you know,
100%.
you've got the twerking on the roof of the car.
Yeah. Which
the
happened.
alligator.
Which happened.
You've got the Florida man.
Yeah.
Like meme. There's just a lot in there that is like that feels like the game is going to be a big comment on how ridiculous parts of our sort of existence
100%.
are
100%.
as a society, which is I'm looking forward to it.
Look at this comparison, Matt.
Yeah, I mean, where's the beach?
That it's there. What are you on about? That's the beach.
It's next to that green bit.
Full credit to GTA 6 trailer countdown who shared these images. Not sure if they're obviously their images, but like if you look at the graphical fidelity and how it's changed in the 20 years, you know.
But that I remember the first
look
Vice
at
City
that.
just being like, this is so cool.
Yeah, it's so cool, so beautiful. Like it's just incredible how far we've come graphically.
Like, look at this. Look, I remember seeing like the skies and stuff in Vice City.
Yeah. Like
original.
that yellowy tint that it had.
Yeah,
and you had,
and I
like,
was
the
like, oh,
clouds
that's
and
so
everything.
nice.
Yeah.
And then look at the sky and the shot below it. Like, it's
Look at the water. Like Jasmine, our resident water physics critic, she would pan those. But look at the difference in the quality. Just everything about it just excites me. I think one of the things that excites me even more as well is that the last GTA game we got, obviously GTA 5 was released 10 years ago. And one of the things that Scott McRae said, our resident news writer on Mirror Game in one of his features, was that what he hopes, if you look at the buildings, there's very few buildings in GTA 5, GTA Vice City, GTA 4. Very few buildings you can actually go in unless the game wants you to go in them.
yeah.
And I think if you look at some of the buildings here, there's a lot more potential here if they had a slightly smaller map, but made the buildings explorable. That would make a bigger map overal because it'd be denser.
Yeah, like
you know?
more to
More
do.
actual square, whatever the metric you want to use. More
But we
square
don't-
of map or something, you know? If
Square
they had
footage?
Yeah,
I don't
whatever.
know.
Yeah,
Whatever.
I'm not a square expert. But yeah, what would you prefer? Would you prefer a bigger map with that graphics, or that you could sort of drive around, or would you prefer like a smaller but more denser map? I don't know if that's.
I think probably somewhere in the middle. Like, it would be nice if you could go into shops and go into a newsagents. You could go and get a slice of pizza from a pizzeria. You could go like stuff like that.
I had that in San Andreas,
like,
but there was only specific locations, that you could go in. So
yeah, it would be nice if there was more open. Like we could do that more. But then in terms of every building being explorable, I mean, it depends how you were gonna make that work. Like if you could, how you could like steal people's cars. What if you could break into people's houses
exactly
and like steal their stuff to get?
Because you could do that in certain missions, couldn't you?
Yeah,
in the GTA games. There was certain missions where you had to go and
nick something or whatever.
Yeah, or you had to like give someone a reducer
off your own back. You're like, I'm gonna rob this hat, like, and
then you get a wanted sign, and that what I mean.
Yeah.
That
it's another additional layer. Yeah. So I think that could be quite cool if they were to do something like that. But generally speaking, I think like the map, I like as many sort of different areas. I want it to feel like a state. If we're going to be in a sort of copycat of Florida or whatever, then I want it to feel like a state where you can. I don't want to see an island over there and not be able to go to it.
Yeah.
Like that, so I think that's kind of quite important. Like whatever you put in terms of locations, I want to be able to get there. Like I want to be able, whatever, you know. But buildings, big skyscrapers where you can just walk around. I mean, it's going to get boring pretty quickly. Like having a look around a office building. It would be fun for a minute, but like I don't think it would serve much purpose.
That's true. Yeah, they've got to make it mean something as well, haven't they, rather than just having
rather than just a free for all. So it would be cool if you could go into any pizzeria or restaurant, and you can, or you can go into a news agency and you can buy cigarettes or like snacks or drinks, beers, like whatever it might be. So it's more interactive. But in terms of like office buildings and whatnot, I'm not too bothered about those.
We've got Alex in the chat. Hi, Alex. Thanks so much for watching. What are your guys' thoughts on some of the life sim stuff from San Andreas? Going to the gym to get buff, eating burgers and getting fat. Would you want to see a return to that? Matt?
I mean, I think it adds an element.
Do you want to go to the gym on a game?
Well,
I don't even go to the gym in real life.
You don't have to.
No, you don't have to.
You can maintain your weight. Like
you like the option.
But if you want your character to get, I mean, they've got things like that in like 2K. You have to go to the gym to get.
Yeah.
Like in NBA 2K, you got to go to the gym to get body types so that you can, you know, if you want to be ripped, you have to put the work in. Yeah. And it's kind of annoying in a game like that. But I can see that, like, if it's not essential to the progression of the game, then I'm all for it. If it is essential, then it kind of just makes portions of the game work.
Yeah.
And that's something that I'm not down with.
You mentioned Florida. Obviously, throughout the trailer, there's a mention of Leonida, which is obviously a play on words with Florida, which is where the game's based. And obviously, Leonida Man is Florida Man.
Man, yeah.
What do you make of the location going back to Miami, Florida? Oh, and also, did you notice Tim the Tatman? Sorry, Tim, if you're watching. I know you're not, but
I thought he was one of our avid watchers. I thought he was always early.
He's always welcome.
He's a lurker, isn't he?
He is. But never subscribes, never comments, but he drops a like.
We know you're there,
Tim.
Tim.
He actually made the same joke, so I'm allowed. But yeah, a lot of you mentioned these social media clips. A lot of these clips have been taken and reimagined. So, for example, this one here, there's a well-known clip from, I think, 2018 or 2019. I've got it on here. Aaron Potter wrote a great article on mirror.co.uk/gaming earlier on today, where he talked about some of the memes. So, for example, the lady wielding two hammers, exclaiming, "Look who's back," is a callback to a Chatsworth woman who went viral in 2020 for hitting her neighbour's cat with two hammers. And that went viral on social media. The 54-second one is a callback to Florida Man watering his garden naked as well. So there's sort of loads of callbacks to real life, and I think that leads me on to the next one. And also you'll have the social media integration. It looks like they've got some sort of social media platform within the game potentially that players will be able to interact with. As someone who leads our TikTok output for Mirror Gaming, Matt, this is a little bit of an awkward question for me to ask. But with the game coming out in 2025, will they be a little bit behind the curve? Maybe will the world have evolved from TikTok in 2 years' time? What do you make of that?
I mean, there's always a possibility of something new taking over. TikTok took over pretty quickly. I don't think TikTok's going anywhere soon.
You think it'll still be relevant in 2025? It's hard to say, isn't it? But do you think that's a risk for them to be? I think
it will. It's always a risk. It's definitely always a risk. But if I guess like setting a movie when you're setting a movie in a certain year, as long as things are true to that year, it's going to be relevant. So if they're using like some sort of TikTok social media app, for example, that's gonna be relevant because it's
Yeah.
unless they're like, hey, let's set this in 2027, and by 2027 TikTok's somehow gone broke. Like that would be a shame, but that's not the way round they normally do it. We're in the 80s. So
yeah, true.
I mean, TikTok wasn't around in the 80s, so it's kind of like even though it's
not set in the 80s.
No, it's like got that like sort of vibe of that Vice City vibe of like the 80s.
Look at this shot. This is
I think it'll always be relevant in that sense, whether or not it's still around.
Yeah, I just thought it was an interesting thing for Rockstar to hang its hat on, with social media being so
Depends
volatile.
how big of a part it plays in the game. If they're like hanging, if it's central to the game, then it's probably But if it's an additional bonus, then like something else you can interact with, then I don't think it's that dangerous to do that.
Imagine if they launched an app that integrated with the game and allowed players to share the clips of what was happening in their universe to the app, and then that became the #1 social platform.
Yeah, imagine you could film TikToks like here
within the game
with me.
I think that's what they're going for.
And then you
I
upload
think that's what they're going for, don't you think?
GTA 5. Well, I mean, it would be mad if they did.
Don't you think that's what they're hinting at with these, with the ability to film things within the game and to show them off? Maybe is that what they're hinting at?
Maybe it's possible. But it's hard to say how big of a role it will play. But it would. I mean, the fact they're showing it off in the trailer is either because it plays an integral role or it's just one of those cool like little features. But there's a number of different social media sort of elements in there.
I mean, look at the background here. I don't want to pause it here, obviously, but look at the detail in the actual city and all the sky. Like it looks like it's gonna be a big map to explore. Like if you look in the background there's just so much. Well,
if you look at the road signs, there's lots of different places. There's like your usual sorts of places, but it suggests that the map is quite large. Like you've got the keys to the beaches.
Is it this one with the road signs?
Yeah. Where you see in the car, you've got
the
some downtown. It's Stockyard downtown. There's airport. There's Vice City Keys. I think there's another on that screenshot you're on now. There's Catalan Boulevard.
Should we go back a little bit? See if I can pause it.
Somewhere. I think it's above that. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but there is another sign.
Billboard,
There is another sign with Catalan Boulevard on there. So it indicates that this is just like one area in a much larger map for sure. Like
I feel like
that shot you were just on with the bridge. I want to where you've got the island. Like I want to go to that island that's over to the left. I want to be able to, I want to be able to get everywhere. Like I want to, and so it would be interesting to see exactly how accessible they make places to explore.
Absolutely. I just cannot. We've been talking about this for half an hour, and there's still so much to talk about. I cannot wait for this. This game is coming in 2025, and this feels like I think Cyberpunk was the only one that really threatened this like open world single player being able to explore the city. Obviously, that didn't go too well. They rushed it out. It was panned at the start. It's got better since, but it's still nowhere near.
You never fully bounce back.
Nowhere
from
near
the launch
what
like
GTA could be culturally. This is really the first open world game, I think, where they can harness the power of next gen consoles and nail it. This could be the game, a generational game. Rockstar, do not rush it. If it 2025, 26, I don't really care. Just,
Yeah, you just want it to be ready, don't you?
Take your time. And you know what? Nothing's going to beat it. So don't worry. Don't worry. Take your time. And that they probably know that as well,
What platform, RyXO has just asked, what platform do you think it will run best on? Do you think it will be equal, like Series X and PlayStation 5?
The
will be
Xbox
equal?
Series X is the world's most powerful console, don't forget. But I think it'll be very similar. They both have very fast SSDs.
I mean, I'm going to play it on PlayStation 5 just because
Yeah.
I feel like it's the easiest one to
Yeah.
load
And
up the game.
Something to note well quickly, because I know that we're already at 5:30 now, but Ryexo, I didn't accidentally. I tried to move it to a bit that was family friendly. Okay, so back off, Rye. Okay, I tried my best. The thing about this as well is that the trailer and also the press release after confirmed that it's coming to next gen consoles 2025. They've not yet said a PC release. PC players had to wait 2 years for the GTA 5 PC release, so there was a double dipping there for Rockstar, and it seems like they're going to do the same again,
Yeah.
which is disappointing, but from a business point of view, clever. It's gonna annoy
could be
players,
huge. especially
it's gonna be huge.
if that's when they end up integrating it like online or
Oh
or
yeah,
whatnot.
exactly. Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
the PC
Yeah.
mods and stuff.
Yeah.
It would just be a whole new ball game then.
Yeah. But I mean, that's GTA 6. That's the GTA 6 trailer. We've been live, like I said, for half an hour now. We've got the Warzone reveal coming up in less than half an hour's time, Matt. It's nearly here. I'm so excited.
I know.
So we'll be jumping into that in 15 minutes time. So if you want to watch us jump into Urzikstan, the new Warzone, it's not just the new map, it's a complete overhaul of the game. So we'll be going live at 1:45 on the channel. So get subscribed and go back onto our live, and you'll see it as a separate live event. You can join us in 15 minutes for that. But Matt, thank you so much for joining me today. It's been an absolute pleasure having you on
Thanks
this week in our shorter podcast, but we've got things to do today. It's a busy week.
It's a busy day.
Yeah, it is a busy day. Thank you so much for coming on the podcast. And I'll see you in a few minutes when we prep for the Warzone stream. But thank you so much, everyone who's tuning in. I know it was a shorter one, but I hope that gives you our thoughts on GTA 6 and the trailer, and hopefully you can see how excited I am about it, because it is going to be a game to end all games, in my opinion. Well, that's the hope anyway. I am an optimist. I just like to think that. Thanks to everyone who's commented. We've got Ryexo, we've got D Gamer, Love from India. Thanks so much for joining. Rocking Games Kid, Alex, JD Incinerate. Thanks so much for watching. We'll be live in 12 minutes playing Warzone. So hop onto that if you want to. But we'll resume normal service next week with the Mirror Gamer walkthrough, where we'll talk about the week's biggest topics. Maybe GTA 6 will make it onto next week's. Who knows? We'll see what happens. But until then, we'll see you next week on the Mirror Game walkthrough. But as I said, we'll be live in 11 minutes time on the other live stream. So for now, it's bye for me and Matt, but the duo will be back in a few minutes. See you later. Bye.